all your comments, your likes, your subscriptions. It means a lot to us, and it's one of the reasons we keep this show going. We're not doing it for us. We're doing it for you because we get so many people asking us to make content. So we're happy you're here.
Yeah, we are.
Next up, we got to talk about Nebraska's former running back, Taiiki Hayes, because he's gone before we even really got to see what he could do or knew much about him. What was your first reaction when you heard that, Sip? I know you made some comments about not thinking Taiiki was ready the last time we talked on this show. What was your thought?
I can't remember what I was saying about him last time, but what was my reaction? It wasn't immense surprise because he came here with kind of some baggage, and I had talked. Okay, so his coach at Iowa Western was Scott Strohmeyer. I've known Scott for years, and Scott we talked extensively about Taiiki Hayes, and he threw up some red flags in a diplomatic way that he's had some issues. Hey, Connor, he had issues at Iowa Western. Nothing terrible, but he said, look, it's, you got to kind of watch it. He's got some growing up to do. So I wasn't enormously surprised. It's interesting. He did run the ball pretty well Saturday in a scrimmage, from what I've heard. He can run it. But as you guys know, especially now with Nebraska's offense the way it is, it's so much more than just being able to run it. You got to do a lot more. I just think maybe this situation was a little overwhelming for him. I was told last week, days before he was dismissed, that he was probably 2 months away from being really ready to contribute in a meaningful way. So I kind of got an indication, okay, it's not going really well for him.
Yeah, Adam, when you first heard about it, did you think that was going to do anything to their depth? Did you think that was going to open up the hole for somebody else to get more opportunity? What did you think?
I think, obviously, when there was the question marks about Mackay, whether he was going to be able to play a month ago, you add Taiiki Hayes on July 14th. Immediately, you're like, wow, top 20 running back. All the stats I laid out last week, I'm not going to lay out again this week.
Yeah.
Wonder, why didn't James Franklin take him with him to Virginia Tech? Why didn't Campbell try to retain him at Penn State? You never know. You never know. Maybe the guy just wants to go somewhere, start afresh. You hear rumblings. I didn't talk to Strohmeyer like Sipple did, but you hear things, but I don't know. I didn't think too much of it. And then Mackay comes back, and now you've got 6 scholarship running backs. So first of all, best of luck to Taiiki. Hopefully it can be a learning opportunity for him. It's easier for Nebraska when you got Nelson back and he's in the mix, all right, and one of those leading candidates to start. As far as the starting running back job, he wasn't in the mix right now. He just wasn't. And there was question marks even 2 months away. Like, what does Mosee look like 2 months from now? How much better is Nelson? How much better Rule? That's when you expect him to start starting, Sipple. Like, was he going to be in the mix this much this year at all? I don't know. I don't think it really hurts Nebraska. I really hope, Taiiki can maybe learn from it and be better for it going forward.
Yeah, he's not the first one who's come to Nebraska, had a short-lived experience and bounced out. But Rule, what I like about him is he takes shots, he takes chances, hopes he can figure out what the guy's issues are and correct them or get him into a more stable situation. They're just looking for the right guys, and you got to take a shot on a lot of them to hopefully land a few of them. I think.
Yeah, they've done that. I think they're in a position, unfortunately, that they kind of have to. Like Arik Gilbert was that guy. You guys remember that? I mean,
yeah, Eric Gilbert. Yep.
Oh yeah,
freak talent. I mean, a freak talent, but you're taking a chance with them, and this was, I think, there were some similarities in this case.
Yeah, I think Nebraska's got to do that going forward too. If you're going to get lucky with one guy who's a superstar that might not normally come to your school, this is the way you get him.
I was going to use this on my show tomorrow. I don't have it for you to put up on the screen. But Eric Gilbert, since 2000, was the highest rated recruit coming out of high school that was a tight end. Wow. Like, there's guys on this list that are Greg Olson at number 2, Martellus Bennett at number 3, Zach Miller, O.J. Howard, lifelong pros, all pros, Super Bowl champs. He was rated higher coming out of high school than all of them. So
yeah, Bush. I do that radio show in the mornings with Bill Bush, and he had him at LSU on some special teams, and he said he was a freak talent, even in special teams types, sense. He was a special talent for sure.
Well, wrapping up with Tikey, I think Nebraska fans got really excited about having a running back in the room when they had a little bit of uncertainty around Mekhi Nelson. And once they started to get those nerves calmed down, I think people started to settle down and realize the running back room's pretty set. Tikey was an addition. They would see kind of where he landed, but this wasn't a huge loss. This wasn't a big deal. More so for him than the Nebraska running back room. We got Kurt back with another $10 super chat. We appreciate you, Kurt. He says Taiiki Hayes, maybe not as big of a loss as it may have been, but he wasn't around here long enough to wet the tank. Now they can concentrate on figuring out the running back room. Any thoughts on the running back room as we've gotten deeper into fall camp, Sip? You still going with Jamal Rule as your pick?
Well, now hold on. Now I got to clarify. It's tricky. It's a tricky conversation because it's pretty even. My vision is this, and I watched them close today, and they ran a drill that was somewhat meaningful. They had Adam would get this, I think, offensive lineman blocking a defensive lineman. The running back had to kind of run off their blocking, and you got to look at those. It's really a 3-man battle with Mekhi Nelson, Isaiah Mosey, and Jamal Rule. My vision is Mekhi Nelson starting the first game. And I think he'll just have to hold off Rule. I would think what I've been saying is Rule maybe the starter by game 5 or 6, that type of thing. Rule's he's so physically impressive as a freshman. You heard Dana Holgerson probably last week saying he doesn't look like a freshman, doesn't run like a freshman. He's 215 and has breakaway speed. All that's hard to ignore. But, I mean, I still always say I like the way Mekhi hits the hole. Mekhi's tougher than hell. He gets around. He gets the corner well, too. But you can't count out Mosey. Mosey's good all-around back. I like those the first two I mentioned a little better.
Yeah. The good news is they've got options, so we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah.
Well, we've got our sponsor today, Prize Picks.
Cool.
So I made this pick. It's Jaden. This is the first game, week 0, USC versus San Jose State. Jaden Maiava, the USC quarterback, to throw for less than 299.5 pass yards. King Miller to go less 68.5 rush yard, more 68.5 rush yards, and the quarterback for San Jose State to throw 1 touchdown pass. Personally, I love this pick because you got USC, who's probably going to dominate in that game, more likely to lean on the run, and San Jose State, who's got to score a touchdown. But if you want to make a play like this on Prize Picks, you can sign up. If you're a new user, you get $5, or you play $5 and get $150 back if you win with code HMA. Super easy to sign up. You download the app, type in HMA, make your account, and play that $5 to get the $150 if you win. I'm going to have picks on Nebraska games, other Big Ten matchups throughout the year. This is just one of the few I've made early on.
I like it. I like Maiava you're going under 299, right?
Under 299. I like USC to run the ball in a game that they should dominate in. All those week 0 games, I usually lean on the less yards because I think guys are more inclined to run the ball and just get out of there, burn the clock, and move on to a more meaningful game next week.
You probably won't play the fourth quarter or maybe a little bit of it.
Exactly. That's your opportunity to get your backups in. I know Nebraska did that a lot last year when they were playing weaker teams. That's when we got to see the debut of TJ Lateef.